Okay, I'm standing here with Kenny, Master Technician with Gulf Coast Autoglass. Kenny, how long have you been using the Rolladeck system now?
A few months now.
About 3 months?
Yeah.
And can you tell me what are some of the benefits that you've found with using this tool?
Well, the benefits is when you get the windshield cut out, it actually helps you roll the windshield out so there's no strain on your back. And also, it helps you set the windshield perfectly in place. And once you get it on the deck, it just rolls. It glides so smoothly right into place, and you can just lay the top down and get it right into place.
Now, have you noticed in using this tool any added benefits as far as time savings or any problems or negative effects of loss of time with using this tool?
No, there's no really loss of time. There is a small learning curve as far as once you start learning it, but once you get over that, it's pretty easy to set up, and time saves a lot of time as far as not having to drill a stop or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. That brings up another good point. Drilling stops obviously alters the vehicle's body design. You end up with rust,
right.
Cases of rust, and causes stress points on the glass and things like that.
Right.
With the simplicity use of the Rolladeck, you avoid that, right?
Correct, yeah.
Another question I have is, you are a veteran in the autoglass industry. You've been working in the industry for what, more than 20 years?
Yeah.
Okay. As a result of that, have you experienced any injuries or occupational hazards, if you will?
Oh yeah, pulled muscles,
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
Mm-hmm. Back injuries?
Back injuries, yeah.
Do you see any improvement in your physical well-being with using this tool?
Well, it definitely takes all the strain off your back, because like I said, once you get it on the deck, it just rolls so easily that it takes all the pressure off your back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're not sitting, just standing there hovering the glass for so long. You can just roll it on there and get it into place, and then just let it fall into place.
Right. And as far as the quality of the installation, would you say that the Rolladeck actually helps you provide a better installation every time?
Yeah, because it's more stable, and like you said, you can roll it across, and then it allows me to set windshields that are bigger than I normally wouldn't be able to set by myself.
Mm-hmm. How about the integrity of the bead when you're applying the bead? Let me explain. When you're installing the windshield without the Rolladeck, do you ever roll the bead or scoop the bead?
Not normally, because I always take the cowl panels off and everything like that, but on some windshields there is a possibility that you could, on some of the bigger ones, that you could,
if you hit early or whatever.
Right. You can move it around too much.
The Rolladeck, would it be your opinion that it gives you confidence that that's not going to be an issue?
Oh yeah, definitely. I have no problem with ever thinking that it's going to roll a bead, or it gets us exactly where I want it to be.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Would you recommend this tool to anyone else?
Oh yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Definitely would recommend it to anybody that's an autoglass installer.
Well, Kenny, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to discuss these things with us, and you know how to get a hold of me if you have any questions or anything. Don't hesitate to call me.
All right, thanks.
Okay, we're sitting here with Caleb of Blue Ribbon Autoglass. Caleb, how long have you been using the Rolladeck system?
I'd say for about a month and a half, 2 months now.
What can you tell us about the use of this tool?
Oh, it helps out tremendously. On bigger windows, you're not straining yourself, leaning over, trying to hold the window. It takes all the weight off you, and it sets it right in place for you. All you got to do is just lift up the bottom, take the tool off, and it falls right into place.
So you'd say it gives you a lot more control?
Oh yeah, the sets are perfect every time.
So there's no fear of dragging the bead or?
No, I've not ran into any issues yet. It's just a matter of setting the tool up, figuring out which attachments you need, and then it's from there. It's easy sailing.
Now, when you started using this tool, was it a little confusing for you? Did it take a lot of time to figure it out, or?
First time, maybe 10 minutes to set it up, and then after that I was all pre-set up, so now it only takes about 2 minutes every time.
Mm-hmm. So it's very, very simple and easy to use then.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I've worked it into my routine to where I use it almost every time that I'm setting by myself, unless it's something small like Miata,
So once you get beyond the short learning curve, it's just pretty much habitual. You do it every time without even thinking about it.
Oh yeah. it saves time in the long run. Actually, you're not going around fixing moldings or anything.
Right, you're not having squeeze out because you landed your glass wrong and having to deal with that.
Yep.
You know, another thing too. I mean, you're a pretty young guy. How old are you now?
22.
22, and you've been doing glass for about 3 years now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Being as young as you are, you're a pretty strong guy. I mean, you haven't been beat up for the past 25 years putting glass in. So, but have you noticed in the short time that you've been installing glass, have you noticed that at the end of the day how sore you are?
Oh yeah.
It's a hard job, right?
Oh yeah. Your lower back and shoulders are just sore when you get home, and all you want to do is lay down, you know, and just relax for a little bit.
Sure. Have you noticed any improvement in your physical well-being by using the tool?
Yeah, I'm not sore when I get home. I still, you know, like if I got to mow the grass or something, it's, you know, just get out there and mow it. It's not a big deal anymore. It definitely takes some of the strain off. It's almost like having a second guy there when you're setting.
Well, that's great, Caleb. I know you're busy today, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about this. Okay, I'm here talking with Kyle of Blue Ribbon Auto Glass. Kyle, you've been using, like Caleb, you've been using the tool now for about 6 weeks, is that right?
Yep, yeah, right around there.
And what can you tell me about the tool?
The one major thing that I noticed about it is the express fans. That's a big one for me, setting by myself. Anything with a bigger curve.
When you say the Express, you mean the Chevrolet Express fan, the
yeah,
1265 or the 1580?
Yep. Anything with a bigger curve on the bottom, bigger windshield. When you're setting by yourself without the roller tool, you're setting in, and you're always tempted to set bottom and come in top like this. And with those curved windshields on the bottom corners, that's always going to cause a swipe. And with the roller tool, it keeps it off, so you're setting top first, and then you're going flat in on the bottom.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's a very good point, and a lot of people don't realize that or think about it, but the curvature of the glass does have a lot of effect if it's not coming in straight to the opening.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else that you can add that you...
It's just really easy to set up, and it's real easy to figure out, you know, with the different attachments and everything. I thought by looking at the bag, you kind of look at it and say, oh man, this is gonna take a while. And once you do it and set it up, you realize how simple it is. It doesn't take any time at all.
You're a pretty young guy yourself too, but you've been at this for a while, about 8-10 years?
Yeah, about probably 7.5 or so.
Okay, but you're what now, about 26? 27?
Yeah, almost 28.
Oh, 28, okay, all right. You're starting to get up there. You're starting to feel the effects of this business.
Yeah,
Have you noticed any real improvement of your overall well-being when you go home at night? Has it helped you?
Yeah, definitely. Because before, a lot of times I would always, you know, anywhere I've worked really, I'll just say, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. That's fine. I'll take any big windshield. I can set it by myself, and I would power through them. And then at the end of the day, you know, you're hurt. You can feel it the next morning. And when you got a tool that easy to set up, and you're not really, you know, taking up extra time during the day, you can still, you know, do it just as fast and a lot easier, and you know, you're not killing yourself. You know, it's just
working harder, or working smarter, not harder.
Yes. Yeah. And it's you know, I've had, you know, issues before with my lower back.
Sure.
Even being younger, and I still, you know, I've had issues where it lasts a while when you're trying to power through those, and you don't know you hurt yourself until, you know, a day later.
You know, and I think that's something that's very problematic in our industry. I hear from guys all the time complaining about back pains and shoulder pains and things of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
But I really truly believe, and I think that you're in agreement with me, that this tool is going to help a lot of guys. It's going to save, especially the newer generation coming into it.
Oh yeah, and you're not dealing with some big giant contraption. It's real easy to carry around. It's just a small bag. It doesn't take up any space in the work vehicle.
So it's money well spent.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, again, Kyle, thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to talk to me.